When a word first touches the internet, it probably has about 3 phases before it gets completely ruined. Phase 1, people actually using the word correctly and in the right sentences. Phase 2, people overusing the word. And phase 3, people using the word no matter the situation. Now, before this video starts, I do want to say that this video is heavily inspired off of Tommy NFG's video, Words Ruined by Gen Z. That video was made 1 year ago though, and ever since then, there have been some new words on the rise, and also some words that have been ruined once again. Like the word mid. I can't go 24 hours without hearing this word. For some reason, everything is mid nowadays. Mid used to be a word that you would use when something isn't really good or it isn't really bad. It's just in the middle. But now, mid has turned into a straight up insult. You call anything mid nowadays, and boom, people see it as a threat. Man, did you listen to that new Travis Scott Utopia? I'm not gonna lie. It was low-key fire, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty mid. What? You think it's the worst thing to ever grace your ears? Wow, I am appalled by your opinion. Speaking of calling people mid though, there's been like this trend on Twitter where like people just call other people mid for literally no reason. Regardless of how they look, everyone is somehow mid nowadays, you know? Like there's this trend going on where people are saying that Margot Robbie is mid and Zendaya is mid. And not mid in a way that like, oh, they're not my type. Like she's just mid, she's not really my type. Like mid in a way that's saying they're like the ugliest human beings to ever grace this earth. If you're out here calling Margot Robbie mid, I'm not gonna lie, you've obviously never seen Wolf of Wall Street. The screen time that Margot Robbie has in that movie is literally putting up Jordan numbers. It's actually wild. Look, I know that Dr. Umar is gonna be on my head about this, but bro, Margot Robbie is bad. Like literally, if you say that Margot Robbie is mid, I'm not gonna lie, you probably just don't like women. There's no way that you can sit here and try to convince me that Margot Robbie and Zendaya are mid. Like it just doesn't make sense. Look, I can see the comments coming in already. They not gonna F you, bro. They not gonna F you, bro. She not gonna F you, bro. She don't know you, little bro. The thing I hate the most about the word mid is that literally it keeps a lot of people from just like expressing how they truly feel. Like instead of saying if something's like good or bad, they just say mid. Like everything is just somehow mid nowadays. Oh my gosh, how was your food? It was mid. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in a while. How was your day? It was pretty mid. What's your favorite color? Mid. Like it just doesn't make any sense at all. Another word that got completely obliterated by the internet was the word simp. If you don't know what this word means, well, it basically means when you go over the top for a girl that's not even interested in you. The word got destroyed so hard by the internet, people just spammed it and spammed it and spammed it, that now people don't even use the word anymore. They just call you a cuck instead. And what's even worse is that being a simp is nowhere near as bad as being a cuck. When you're a simp, look, I'm not gonna lie, I would not want to be a simp at all. But if I had to pick between the two, between a simp and a cuck, I would rather be a simp. I'm not gonna lie to you. Who in their right mind is trying to sit there and watch a girl get clapped right in front of them? It doesn't make any sense at all. Unless you're like Sneeko, you'll probably pick being a cuck over a simp. But look, if I had to pick one, I would pick being a simp. I'm not gonna lie to you. But y'all remember how back in 2020, everything was somehow considered simping? You couldn't even hold the door open for your mother without 5 dudes spawning out of nowhere screaming, "Oh my gosh, you're a simp. Oh my gosh, welcome to Simp Nation. Population you are a simp." Simp wasn't even a word that people used on a regular basis. It was like one of those words that like people would use like every now and then. Like the word, what's a word that people use every now and then? Baffle. Like, you know how people just like, they don't say like, "Oh my gosh, that baffles me." I probably said in this video. But like, you know how people don't say baffle often? Simple's like one of those words. Like no one would really use it like that until it became a trend on TikTok. And after that, people just ran this word to the ground. Dudes couldn't even take their girl out on a nice date without being called a simp back in 2020. I knew simp was being overused when Twitch literally banned the word from their entire platform. Maybe because there are a lot of simps on Twitch. When you think about Twitch, like you do think about simps. I'm not gonna lie. You might think of like gaming, funny stuff, and then you might think of just freaking like simps. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, simp, that's like a word that got completely destroyed by the internet so bad that like people don't even use the word anymore. They just call you a cuck, and it's honestly wild. And since we're talking about banned words, you know a word that should be banned from this entire galaxy? Rizz. Now don't get me wrong, this word did have a cool little run. I mean, back in 2022, people literally only said Rizz rather than saying like, "Oh my gosh, my boy, you got game." They would say that, "Bro, you got W Rizz." Literally, the word Rizz was flourishing in 2022. That's a word that people don't really use often. Flourishing. The word Rizz was flourishing back in 2022. Everything was literally perfect until it wasn't. And now every single thing inside of this universe has to do with Rizz. Tell me why a few weeks ago, I was shopping at a mall, you know, just trying to get some summer clothes and stuff like that. And I wandered into this Zoomies, you know. Zoomies has some pretty cool t-shirts. I actually got this t-shirt from Zoomies. And I was like, you know what? All right, bet. Like, let me look around. Let's see what they got. Tell me why one of the first things I see when I walk in is a Rizz license plate. a Rizz license plate. That has to be one of the corniest things I have ever seen in this entire universe. Who is out here driving around with a license plate that says Rizz on it? That is zero Rizz activities. Like, if you have to drive around with a license plate that says Rizz, I'm gonna 100% assume that you have no Rizz at all. I don't think a person with Rizz would drive around with a license plate that says Rizz on it. Like, it just doesn't make sense. But you know what's even cornier? People making compilations of the best Rizz moments. If you're out here watching a compilation of dudes rizzing up women, I'm not gonna lie, please touch some grass. You have to be a whole nother level of down bad to sit there and watch a Rizz compilation. Like, what is up with the internet? What is literally up with the internet? You're telling me that dudes are coming home from a long day of school or work or maybe even a sport or something like that, and they're watching Kai Cenat and Duke Dennis's best Rizz moments right when they open up YouTube? That is NPC behavior. That's got to be the wildest form of meat riding I have ever seen in this entire galaxy. And if you thought that that was bad, well, let me tell you that it gets even worse, because there are people out here making Rizz merch. Imagine this. You're walking around Walmart, you know what I'm saying? You're getting your groceries and everything. Then boom, you see a dude wearing a shirt that says, "I am the unspoken Rizz god. I talk to girls for fun." And then you just got this fat picture of Duke Dennis on the tee. Like, there's no way that an actual human being created this shirt. This shirt has to be AI generated. Like, there's no way this is a real thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, the word Rizz, like, off this whole list, that's probably the worst one. I'm not gonna lie. It had a cool little run, but Rizz... everything is Rizz nowadays. I don't understand. You can literally just be talking to your mother and dudes are over there shouting, "W Rizz, man, W Rizz." Like, bro, that's my mom. Like, what do you mean W Rizz? This isn't Alabama. But you know a word that got dragged all the way down to the earth's core? GYAT. Now, if you don't know what this word means, well, it's basically a form of saying damn. Except you only use it for like one thing, and one thing specifically. And that's when you see a big, fat, juicy ass. Kim Kardashian just posted a new photo on freaking Instagram. GYAT. SZA just posted a new IG story. Oh my gosh, let me go check it out. GYAT. Gideon just posted a new freaking YouTube video. GYAT. Well, at least that was the intention of the word GYAT. It's not like an acronym for get your act together and girl you all that. And what's even worse is that people are just like combining the word GYAT into just like random sentences like W Rizz Latina GYAT, or like a sentence like when you walk behind the school GYAT. Like, this word has honestly like going through all three phases. Literally, like, people actually using the word correctly, people overusing it, and then people just making like a whole new freaking like acronym out of a word. Like, it just doesn't make any sense at all. People are honestly just throwing the word GYAT around like it's a freaking football. Like, it's actually wild. So in conclusion, I think that the whole moral of this video is that words are kind of like shoes. When you learn a new slang term and you just use it over and over and over and over and over again, the value of that word just keeps on going down. Kind of like how when you buy a new pair of shoes and you just keep on wearing them over and over again, then they just start to wear and tear, you know? And it's like the value of that shoe goes down because of all that wear and tear. So to conclude this chaotic video, I just want to say, like, stop using mid, Rizz, GYAT, and freaking what's the other, simp and cuck. Like, bro, just stop using the words. Why don't we just figure out some new words? Can we just make some new words, honestly? Like, I wouldn't care if we started saying like slap. Like, oh my gosh, you got W Rizz Latina slap. Like, you feel me? Nah, that's even worse, honestly. But all that being said, this is gonna wrap up the video. If you guys made this far, I appreciate you. If you guys enjoyed this video, then I have another video like on the screen or something that's gonna pop up. I would highly recommend you guys check out one of those. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Once again, it's Cameron, and I'm out.
Let's show you real love when you broke. Let's show and fake love when you rich.